Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So apparently the Superman film co-starring the DC universe has got a new teaser coming this week. This just dropped on comicmovienews.com. Got a motion poster here on the screen with the new kid as James Gunn's Superman, who's probably going to be sidelined in his own movie. Says poster sees the Man Still take flight and features a very familiar theme song, which I'm going to assume is John Williams' score from the Chris Reeves era. I think James Gunn is a very nostalgic dude. I don't think he's the right fit for Superman at all. Going based on his previous projects like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a team film, Suicide Squad, which is a group of misfits, Peacemaker, which is another group of misfits. And this, I don't think Superman really fits his style. Because, of course, if you look at the cast, it's insane the amount of characters that are going to be in this. And to think it's still going to be Manny and Doc Clark. To me, it's just absolutely absurd. We've seen this thing before, and we've seen it fail. It even says you'll believe a man can fly. That's the original tagline for the original Superman film from back in the day. So, yeah. Are we sure George Abrams didn't write this? Yeah, see, similar colors to those used on posters in 1978 Superman the movie. This is a motion poster, apparently, so. I didn't really hear much on one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Man of Steel theme. I think that was Hans Zimmer that did the Man of Steel theme. So that's the motion poster here. Superman taking flight. And the kid looks like he can pull the role off. My only concern is he's going to actually have screen time to don't move. Because let's review the cast. We've got Nick Holt as Lex Luthor, Perry White, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, I'm assuming Cat Grant, Steve Lombard. Should probably be minor roles, but Mr. Terrific, who no one gives a flying frick about. Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner Lantern, who's way too old in this. The cast like a 40-something-year-old guy playing a relatively younger character. Guy Gardner is a pain in the ass because he's one of the younger Lanterns. So it makes him arrogant and annoying. You can't get that with a 40-something-year-old guy. You can't. Lex Luthor, Simon Stagg, Metamorpho, Maxwell Lord apparently too, for some reason. And I'm sure, let's not forget, it's going in the Authority, members of the Authority, whoever they are. Creature Commanders, that stupid new cartoon they just came out. I haven't bothered to see because I just don't care. And apparently Ultraman, who's an evil Superman from another dimension. So they're already starting to do multiverse stuff way before you should ever even think about it. And this guy has the balls to say it's not a connected universe. I think he's confused about what he's actually doing and what he's actually making. There's a thing with Marvel and DC is Marvel characters cross over more because everyone's in New York City. DC characters, everybody's got their own city. Superman's got Metropolis, Batman's got Gotham, Flash is in Central City, Wonder Woman's on Themyscira, the Lanterns, there's 4 Lanterns they got her. The rest of them are in Oa. In space, Aqua Guy is underwater. No one cares about him. But I don't know idea where Mr. Terrific lives. I could care less. Green Arrow's in Star City. Black Canary's in Star City. The Bat Family's in Gotham. Like, I honestly don't know why they would all be in this film called Superman if they all got their own damn city. And it's not called Justice League, so why would they be there? It's like, and every time someone asks me a question, like, well, I'm trying to connect Clark's world with Superman's world. How am I supposed to do that if I don't have other characters in the movie? Well, first off, you focus on your main characters first, and then you build up to JL, to Injustice, the dark side. That's what people want to see. This is why the MCU was so popular and successful, is because they built up to Infinity Wars. You didn't have freaking Captain America and Thor in the first Iron Man movie. Like, what are you doing here? Guys, we're seeing it for months. Like, this is going to be a mess. We've seen it for months. Nothing wrong with being optimistic around this. I'm being realistic here. We've seen this exact thing in the previous universe. It didn't work. This is why they rebooted. Now, it just feels like they're on the verge of doing it again with someone else in the leadership chair. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, I really do, but I can't. The evidence is just stacked too high against it. It could turn out to be a surprisingly good film. I don't know. I guess when the teaser drops on Thursday or whenever it drops, hopefully it shows something that convinces me that this might be actually okay. Because they need this to be like $1 billion film at the box office. If this is anything less than $1 billion, it'll still be considered successful though. Like, the guys are shareholders and whatnot, they're big bosses. This needs to be like Infinity Wars level good, like Avengers level good. And like, to say it's not a connected universe is just idiotic. But you have no idea what you're talking about, dude. This is, of course, it's a connected universe. But why would you have like a gazillion characters in this movie? Stupid. No, we're not world building. We're not story building. Like, then why are you calling it in? It's like, honest truth, people. Honest truth, people. I think I'm just gonna stick with the Matt Reeves Batman universe. Like, the Penguin series was fantastic. I want to see more stories in that universe. Like, James Gunn's stupid comments are part of what's like continuing to get me on the fence about this new universe or whatever that's supposedly not connected. Just complete BS. Like I said, DC has less crossovers than Marvel because everybody got their own city. Marvel, everybody's in New York City. Exceptions are like The only exception I could think of was probably like Ghost Rider or maybe the Punisher who travels the world. Wolverine travels the world a lot. Those like the only exceptions I could think of. But or maybe the Hulk because he like rampages all across the world. But if 9 times out of 10, DC Comics characters do not cross over as often anymore, which is why I'm like, just admit you're making a Justice League movie. Just admit it. Just admit it. It's like there's no other reason to have as many characters floating around. Saying it's not a connected universe. It's stupid. It's like when the Empress KK is like, oh, there's no source material for Star Wars, but we're still gonna rip off characters from the. So one of the best casting choices I have found for this Superman film, quote unquote, is Nick Holt as Lex Luthor. There have been a lot of good actors that have played Luthor over the years. My favorite is probably still Mike Rosenbaum in Smallville. He had the most development, I think. It was kind of strange seeing him and Clark as friends. It's kind of stupid. But that show was its own thing from the beginning, so I kind of bought into it. It was kind of sad when they became enemies. Didn't want it to happen. It was inevitable. But this title of this article right here says, "Star Nick Holt teases his imposing and dangerous take on DCU's Lex Luthor." Now, the thing with Lex Luthor, of course, I think everybody tried to say Luthor is this and that. Like, yeah, I mean, even Gene Hackman Luthor was dangerous in a way. And this, I wouldn't say Gene Hackman Luthor was menacing anyway. Still kind of outsmarted Superman with the kryptonite necklace and all that. They were like really bad takes on Luthor, like Kevin Spacey. It's a little too wacky for me. Like, yeah. Because in Superman Return, they're just trying to like recapture the magic of the Reeves era, which can't be done anymore. That was the bloody 70s. Well, like imposing and dangerous. I think we got that a little bit in the Superman Lois series. Though I've always had this issue with the Superman Luthor dynamic. I just think it's kind of annoying for a while. I'll get to that and then when I talk about the series finale, which is decent, I guess. But like, how many times can you let this bald shithead get the drop on you before you're just like, you know what, I had enough of this, and just laser him to bits. That was my problem with Lex Luthor in the Superman Lois series. It's just that bald shithead went to his house, threatened his wife, basically told him he's gonna kill you if you don't do what I say. And then Sue Clark just stands there like an idiot, does nothing. Does nothing. Could have easily zipped them to like the Arctic or something, left them there to freeze. So he just stands like an idiot, does nothing, says nothing. I'm like, dude. So like, I don't know what you can really do to revamp the Lex Luthor character at this point. It's been done so many times already. And James Gunn's comments again trying to hype the movie up to more than what it is. Say being the most comment about his Lex Luthor being the most imposing version we've seen on screen. Like, yeah, okay. He's the director of the movie. Of course, he's going to hype it up. doesn't mean he's right. I don't know. I've never really seen Luthor being like that menacing of a character. When Superman could fire him to bits that he died, I'm like, unless he's got kryptonite nearby or something, I don't really see how he could possibly be that dangerous or imposing or whatever. Please. I mean, he definitely, I think Holt can really pull it off. I just don't think John has the right talent to do it properly. But he's saying a lot of things like, oh, this is going to be the best Luthor you've ever seen. We're going to do science fiction Superman, like science fiction. uh, I agree with this comment here. I hope he is imposing because the high evolutionary rodent and intuitive weren't imposing at all. Agreed. This character from Guardians 3, the joke. That's his version of imposing, then. I mean, as long as he's not obsessed with real estate, should be okay, I guess. Now, this kind of gets me a little more curious about what they're going to put in that teaser for Justice League co-starring Superman. So hopefully they'll show something of this guy, Lex Luthor. This is the time to start promoting the film because I've been on the fence since this was announced. Never been a fan of another reboot. Definitely not a fan of cramming this film with a whole bunch of characters instead of just doing a proper foundation building. Focus on Clark and Superman, his inner world, Luthor, Lois, Jimmy, Perry White, the Kents. And have a smaller villain like Metallo or something. And just focus on that and just let that set the groundwork for the rest of your supposedly not connected universe, which is bullshit. Now, give me a break, man. I think it's just talking at this to throw people off or something because you can't tell me there's no plans for a dark side. You can't tell me there's no plans in the Green Lantern show that's apparently on Earth for them to be investigating anti-lab equation, which leads to dark side. So I say it's not a connected universe is stupid. So either you're just doing it to stir the pot, or just not as smart people think. With respect. I don't know. Sometimes people just say things without really thinking about the weight of what it actually means. To say that this new universe is not connected, I'm pretty sure that's what he actually said when this was announced. We're going to connect the cartoons, actors are going to be the same way to live action. We're connect the video games or whatever. And I don't remember what else he said, but kind of tuned out to this DCU or whatever you want to call it. I'm preoccupied with other things, but like, I don't know. I just I'm curious what they're actually going to do to make this Luthor quote unquote different. Because all you really need is Superman and his core universe, core world characters. Lois, Jimmy, Perry White, the Kents, Luthor, and a villain like Metallo or Livewire, Parasite, something small. Like you don't need the freaking end of the world for every freaking comic book film. This is why people think that comic films are oversaturated and overdone because you got like in the new Captain America, like freaking Red Hulk. What the hell is Captain America gonna do with the Red Hulk? Even if it was Steve Rogers, it wouldn't make a difference. You just squash like a bug. So it's like, what are you doing, dude? I don't understand. So to those not aware, this stupid Craven the Hunter movie apparently just dropped in theaters and it's already looking like it's a box office failure. Which honestly, I'm like, no one saw this coming, I guess. Didn't see that coming? But Baron doesn't see this one coming. So I'm like, when this was announced, I'm like, they're gonna waste another villain. And there's those stupid non-Spider-Man universe with Spider-Man villains. Like, somebody's a lot dumber than I thought. $11 million. Damn. They got less than Madam Web or whatever. I'm like, geez, it's not good. 15% Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I didn't bother with the Venom movies. First one was garbage. I don't really care about Carnage, so I didn't see a second one. The last one I had no interest in it. I'm like, yeah. You know, I'm like, they announced this stupid Craven. I'm like, Craven the Hunter. Like, you gonna waste another villain? Another stupid non-Spider-Man film? Like, dumb are you people? Listen to Angry Joe talk about the film. It's like, oh, there's some good things to get out of it. Like, there's like a page in the video said it was basically garbage. So, you would think other Joe gave it a 3 or something. So I was like, well, congratulations, Sony. You wasted another villain they could have used in the MCU. Congrats. I can guarantee it was Alvin Rod's dumbass that gave us the green light. He would talk about doing a Spider-Gwen movie at one point. And I don't know how the guy still has a job at Sony, honest truth. But yeah, I don't never really giving a damn about Craven onto the movie. Like, yeah, cares. I could have put him against Spider-Man, and I really don't give a flying F. So this, I'm not sure if this is like an April Fool's joke or something, but it says rumor Sony Pictures seriously considering selling Spider-Man IP back to Marvel Studios. I mean, they kind of should. I figure it has to be a result of Craven Hunter being a box office bomb. And I'm like, Spider-Man belongs in the Marvel universe, like an actual Marvel universe, because they were like talking about pulling him out after the last movie, put him back in the shitty Sony universe where there's like no heroes running around or anything. They did that twice already. I mean, they're gonna have a live action Spider-Man Noir TV series apparently. See how that goes. But yeah, they should definitely consider doing it as soon as possible because it's where he belongs. What's where he belongs. And we've done the whole Spider-Man on his own thing with like all his villain coming from Oscorp or some crap. Did that twice already. So then they're losing a lot with this, and I think it's a smart move to just give it back to Marvel Studios. Give them to Marvel. I mean, I'm not saying the Marvel's Cinematic Universe Spider films are the best, but it can't be worse than let's say they do like a Mysterio movie or something. I was going to watch a Mysterio film when I was Spider, and just look at the box office reports for Craven Hunter and you get your answer. No one. He's a villain. Like the Penguin series worked because you had the Penguin and the Batman first, and then you expanded on his lore in the Penguin series. If you have a Craven the Hunter film by himself, you change up his origin apparently. You don't have an actual hero to stop him. It was like Darth Vader worked originally because he was this menacing robot dude. Me as a kid, I didn't really see him as that scary. I think the prequel added layers to the Vader character. Not everyone agrees with that. I get it. Fine, whatever, don't care. But I mean, they had a dude that looked just like Craven Hunter in one of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. I think it was the second one. And it's kind of shocking they didn't bring that guy back because that could have been the Craven Hunter right there. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Spider-Man is their like main box office draw. If anything, they'll just make another deal with Marvel Studios. Just make Marvel Studios another deal that they can just use the character more often or something. But for them to actually sell Spider-Man, they would be losing like their chief character. I just don't see it happening. I love for it to happen, but it ain't gonna happen. It's not a smart business move. They can retweak a deal with Marvel Studios at the most, but they're not giving Spider-Man up. He's literally wrapped in chains at the feet of Sony Pictures. They ain't giving him up. That would be the dumbest thing they could possibly do.